So what's going on with roadside service? Roadside service here in our country. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna, Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I do share with you my perspective on different topics. I hope you like, share, subscribe. All 5 channel names are pinned to the top of the comment section or description box below. You know, yesterday I did a video called, I think it was called The Church Ladies Come to My Rescue, and so did my husband when I got a flat tire, but roadside service did not. And let me tell you again what the story was. I was on my way to church, a Bible study that I go to, and I have a brand new truck. It's 1 month old, brand new. The tires are brand new, obviously. And I must have gotten a nail in the tire from my home towards the church. So the sensor light came on and said, pull over to the next service area, low tire. Well, I thought that maybe there just wasn't enough air in the tire, and maybe, you know, that was kind of a normal thing. So when I got to the church, because the dealership was only like a half a block from the church that I bought the truck from, and so I thought, well, maybe I better check the tire and not just assume everything is okay. So I went around to the truck and I was totally flat. So I was parked in the church parking lot. I went in and sat with the Bible study for a little bit, and then I went back out to wait for the roadside assistance. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the roadside assistance. Okay, we all probably know it. And they told me they would be there in 45 minutes. So I sat out there in the heat in the church parking lot, and the church ladies were out there helping me, bringing me water and sitting with me. One of my church ladies sat with me the whole time and was with me the entire time. And then at 11:30 passed. So I waited and I called. Finally, I had to go through the long, being on wait. And they said, well, now it'll be 12:50. So 12:50 came and went. And then it became 2:50. Well, now am I going to be able to trust 2:50? I'll be there like 3 or 4 hours sitting out there in a hot parking lot. And so one of the church ladies who was sitting with me took me over to the dealership, and I asked them if they could come over and put enough air in there to get me over a half a block to the dealer. And they wouldn't do it. Can you imagine? But anyhow, nonetheless, they wouldn't do it. So I'm waiting there. My husband came over, and he went and he got an air compressor, and he, because my truck has one of those adapters to it, electrical adapters, he was able to inflate the tire enough for me to get over a half a block to the dealer. Well, there was a big hole in it from the nail, and I didn't make it all the way to the service center, but I got to the middle of the parking lot and just parked the truck right in the middle of the parking lot. And they said that was fine. Well, they ended up fixing the tire. Okay, they fixed the tire, and that was all great. Even though I was disappointed that they did not show any kind, I guess, for whatever reason they chose, or they cannot, or whatever, come a half a block over to the church ladies and help me inflate my tire. So anyhow, I got the truck over there, they fixed it, and it's all is good. And yet, during the roadside service, I called the second roadside service. I have 2 roadside services, one that came with my truck and one that we've had for quite a few years. And so the second one I called, and I was on there probably for what seemed to be an hour just on hold. Finally, someone answered, and it was very hard to understand them, and I don't know if they understood me, and they kept saying, are you in a safe area? And I said, yes, I'm in a safe area. They said, okay, are you in a safe area? I said, yes, I'm in a safe area. By that, this is in the beginning part before my husband came to inflate the tire enough to get me over. And so anyhow, so then they put me on hold, and I was on hold a very long time. Finally, I hung up. Well, they called me back maybe within an hour, and they said, are you in a safe area? I said, yes, I'm in a safe area. And they still didn't have any answers for me. This is the second one now. And so, lo and behold, there I am, sitting with this flat tire out in the heat. Finally, thank goodness for the church ladies and my husband coming up with a great idea to inflate the tire enough for me to get over there. Now, had I been more than a half a block, I wouldn't have been able to do it because the hole was significant from the nail that, I deflated almost as soon as we were inflated. So my issue is, I've talked to quite a few people since yesterday about this issue, and every single one of them I've talked to have said the same thing. One was telling me that in the middle of the night, they had to sit out on a deserted road for hours. It was a woman, and she was by herself out in the middle of the night. Another one, the husband had to sit, I don't know if it was by the interstate or where it was, but he had to sit for hours waiting. Well, when I called yesterday, they said, well, we only have 2 trucks in the whole area. The whole area turned out to be like, I don't know, a large portion of the stage. 2 trucks. I said, can't you get another truck? Nope, we only have 2 trucks in there. One is in another stage. One had crossed the border to do something for a car in another stage. Can you believe it? Like an hour away. So it was going to be hours anyhow. And so I'm wondering what's really going on with the roadside service. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.